A popular pub in East London's trendy Victoria Park area. But today, regular punters have been replaced by actors.
I try not to remember when they started to chat about war. Joe Francis's voice soared over the tables, talking about Kitchener's finger. It's pointing at me, lads. He's asking for me.
Poet Molly Case was inspired by the story of the PALS battalions.
I was given the scene of a pub. I was given a few of the characters and obviously the context, which is in history. And apart from that, it was up to me to try and bring it to life. I went back and I thought about and I listened to lots of documentaries and read lots of transcripts from that time and tried to empathise with the people that went through it and humanise everything that went on and imagine the communities that were left without these men.
You know, said George, walking to work the other day, 3 of my mates went off a different way, said they'd learnt about these PALS battalions where mates join up all as one. How great that would feel, said Ted, to say, you know what, Mum? We've won. And beat the nasty old Fritz, we've not left a single one.
It was this enthusiasm to do their bit which characterised the soldiers who joined up in the early years of World War I.
The Legion want to remind people of the PALS and those close groups of friends who all joined up together and the terrible impact it had on the families back home when they lost their lives.
Heavy losses during the Battle of the Somme, where tens of thousands of men serving in the PALS battalions were cut down by German guns on the battlefield, led to the entire male population of some villages being wiped out. Today's British Legion film is deliberately set in modern dress.
The idea really is to kind of relate any audience to this group of friends and to that idea that you'd follow your friends somewhere. So that's as relevant today as it was then. That, you know, you may well be down the pub and be kind of convinced to go along with something with your mates. And that's, it's really trying to kind of create a connection, I guess, between the friends that happened to 100 years ago and actually the kind of friendships you'd have now. And so to kind of capture the fact that that hasn't changed.
For the actors who play the parts of the young men joining up, the film has touched a chord.
You think 100 years, wow, that's a long time ago, but actually it's really not a very long time ago. So, you know, as I said, being part of it and having the chance to say part of her poem and stuff is just, it's great. It's really, really nice. You know, it's a really nice way for all of us to be able to pay our own little bit of respect towards it.
In the poem, 4 young men enlist to fight for their country full of confidence, but only one of them returns home. A story that was replicated across the land after the horrors of the Somme.
And we stand here mourning those voices that disappeared.
Rosie Layden, Forces News, London.